Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Easy, most known unknown Easy Old Soul, coming back at you again. This 365 days drop. We on the 9th, January. Like I said, we keep dropping something every day now. Might be late in the day, might be early in the day, might be midday when I'm gonna get it out when I get it out. And of course, I'm gonna always have some content for y'all. And yes, somebody in the comment sections or one of my videos told me not to do it. Don't do a 365 day drop. But I think I can do it. I think I definitely can do it. I just got to put in the time. Like I said, I want to create good habits this year. It's 2026. You got to try to create good habits this year. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, it's been working. Yeah, it's a little tiresome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got things I got to do. Yeah, I got moves I got to make. But at the end of the day, you still got to get it done, man. You still got to get it done. And I say that because I bet you when your bad habits come around, you know what I'm saying, you get those done, no problem. Yeah, right? When you want a piece of cake, right? Well, you like a fat kid love cake. You ain't got no problem getting that cake. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the store, you see that candy at the end of the aisle. When you get done shopping, you want a piece of candy, you gonna get a piece of candy, right? You ain't gonna have no problem with that. Like I said, when you want food and you don't feel like walking to the store to get it, right? What you do? You order it. Them bad habits is so easy to do. The bad habits is so easy to keep, so easy to not try hard. And so, like I said, I got to work on my bad habits and create some good habits, right? So, and I think it's still a good thing that I haven't been on here doing crazy videos. You don't see me dropping multiple contents a day and stuff like that. And it's just like, that'll be too much. But, this definitely is worth it, and I'm definitely gonna improve on it. And I've been working to figure out how to get this stuff just right, rather than just recording this one way. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some recap videos and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I got some stuff that I want to do. So this ain't gonna be the only thing only time you really see me, but I will be dropping, like I said, once a day, and this is my today drop. Uh, I wanted to talk about again the kind of the new age of rap, uh, and like where are we going with rap music and stuff like that. And I asked because excuse me, I feel like the music that's being made today, particularly rap. I ain't gonna say like R&B, because I think R&B for the most part is ever expanding, and it might get away from itself sometimes, but for the most part, R&B is still R&B. I don't really see too much difference. I do see more expansion in a way of making quality R&B music. You know what I'm saying? Making a different type of sound out of R&B music. Like, it's very different than the old days. And I guess you would say it's an improvement, although I still mess with the old school of R&B harder than I do than my age. You know what I'm saying? Even my age of 2000 and stuff. I still mess with the old school hard. It is hard to get away from the really good stuff that you grew up on. It really is. So I listen to that more than even the 2000s and stuff like that, and the 90s and the I say the 90s is where it's at for the most part, but there is like 80s and 70s music that forever live on very strong, that I used to listen to. So I still listen to it to this day, and I also feel like, and the reason why I said might have mentioned rap is because sometimes y'all make songs with the old R&B tones and stuff like that, and y'all make stupid songs, bro. Like, sometimes you just gotta leave classics alone. There was a Temptation song that was recently sampled by some drill rapper. I don't even know buddy name. I don't really care. I just don't really care for you to turn like Coke classic, R&B, old school soul songs into drill. Like, nigga, And we already know what you're doing it for. You know what I'm saying? Even if the song is catchy, like don't do that, bro. Don't do it. I hate it. I really do hate it, man. It's like some of this new music is just so disgraceful. But I guess I'd be considered owning it in that way, and that's why I'm complaining and stuff like that. But really, it's just just respect the classics, bro. You know what I'm saying? I told my partner, the reason why I got up on Big X Plug, which is a good, very good artist. Like he is a really good OT, Mexican OT. I learned about both of them, and I might have said his name wrong. I apologize. But rappers like them coming up, I really listen to them. Like they be getting it. You know what I'm saying? So I do catch new tunes occasionally. What is it? I'm mad about I'm about to mispronounce this man's name, but I really mess with his music. He from Detroit, BFB Pac Man. You know what I'm saying? Like I really listen to his stuff. Like he be going hard, bro. He be going hard, and yeah, his music is a little bit satirical, but he be having bars, bro. Him, Sada Baby, people like that. Uh, who else do I listen to that's like new age that I could kind of say like I mess with them, but they might not be as known as other people. I listen to the Ride Waves. Who else do I listen to? Who else? And I hate to. I never had to do this coming up in my age, man. I never had to think about like, who am I listening to? Who am I bumping? Because I'm bumping everybody. I'm bumping DMX. I'm bumping Banks. I'm bumping Lloyd. I'm sorry, Lloyd Banks. I'm bumping Jada. I'm bumping Nas. We bumping Jay. We bumping UGK. We bumping Buster. We bumping Twister, you know what I'm saying? I can go Kanye, we bump it. Common, Most Def, Tribe Called Quest, you know what I'm saying? I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Red and Meth, Blackout out. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going. I won't have a problem. I don't have to stop because I have so many in my brain from when I was coming up to now, from my era. But I really gotta think about it nowadays with the so few artists that I really listen to nowadays, and it's not really hate. It's just the music got away from itself. You know what I'm saying? Like Big X the Plug, I respect. So I listen to his stuff heavy. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, that new Wayne album, or the recently released Wayne Carter 6, it it was mostly type of music. Like I don't know what Wayne was trying to do on that project, but I know that song with Big Ass the Plug hit hard, and it's mainly because Big Ass the Plug. So um, I think we got into the world of kind of melodic rap, and but it's still kind of the same tone deaf stuff. It's just like it's being created for pill poppers, and you could make songs back then, of course, for weed smokers and every hell. Afro Man, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite songs, Because I Got High, you know what I'm saying? It was a good song. It was a good melody, and it was still for the culture, you know what I'm saying? Cult classic. Um it's just things are so different nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And I mess with some Chicago artists. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't listen to everybody's stuff. I don't go crazy over everybody's stuff. Lil Durk, I'm a fan of. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually a fan of Lil Durk from like the 2010s. And hate to say it, but that's just a little bit better than me. I do like some of his newer music, but I'm old like that pretty much. You might as well say that. I have listened to Vaughn, King Vaughn, RP King Vaughn. Um, even the other ones, Chief Keeves, the Fredo Santana, people like that. Like I've listened to some underground artists from us and stuff like that. Some drill rappers, you know what I'm saying? King Louis, who might not be considered an underground rapper to some, but he from Chicago, and if you know him, you know him. Spenzos and stuff like that. But this new scene of drill in Chicago rap, I haven't really caught on too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really good at it, man. Like I'm still a underground hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? You know, MF Dooms, J Electronicas, and stuff like I still like stuff like that. And there are Chicago artists that really be doing that, but you really gotta kind of search and find. That's why I liked the Dat Piff when it was out. Dat Piff, I used to go in there all the time and check out so many mixtapes and stuff like that from different artists and different eras and stuff like that. And it was perfect, man. I miss Dat Piff. Um, but we don't have stuff like that nowadays. And most independent artists nowadays, actually, I think are better for it in the music game because they can control more. Although they don't tend to do more for themselves, they usually let a label get the hold of them, and then they kind of got to change who they are for the most part. Like Polo G from here, and when he was independent, you know what I'm saying. I think he probably had more soul in what he does. I think he made. I ain't saying he made like the best music, like the best product for the but for the bang for his buck for what he was doing, he did the best he could do, and I liked his music back then. I liked his music that was released after he signed to a label too, but I also was hoping that he would stay independent because when you have a run and you independent and you come out and these labels get a hold of you like they don't care. They don't care about who you are. They just know you got popping. I say if you got popping on your own, you gotta stay like that. You know what I'm saying? You can make some of yourself, and you can be a real big. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Russell. You know what I'm saying? People talk about him. Chance. Chance took a chance on himself. And he made it work for himself. Ain't nothing like being self made. You know what I'm saying? That's why I mess with the underground rappers of Houston and stuff like that because they've been made men because they stuck to their roots. But that was always Texas. You know what I'm saying? Texas is always gonna support Texas, and since it's so big, you could make it like you could be ghetto gold and stuff like that just from those type of outlets. But the way music is nowadays, um, like I said, it's a lot more melodic hip hop. I guess you just say rap. I don't even know if you could really call it hip hop, because I mean, it's just weird. Today you still hear about people in the streets, street life and stuff like that from the kids, but majority of them, if you famous and you really out there and stuff like that, are you really living that street life as much? So it's like, but you rap about it. You know what I'm saying? You rap about it a lot, and that be the thing that I run into. It's like, you know, they used to tell stories, and now they don't tell stories as much anymore. And it's pretty much the redundancy of, I got money, I got women, I got jewelry, I got cars, I got clothes, I got, a mansion. It's just it's most of the same stuff. Like you ain't been where I've been. I can show you some stuff. I'm this, I'm that, and you ain't gonna ever get to this status. And it's just like I miss back in the day, but I do think it's gonna be coming around again. I think the kids is getting back to the lyrics and stuff like that, which is great. I'm not saying you got to change up everything. I'm not saying you can't, because there've been techno beats that months that got on and set the party off. You know what I'm saying? And did they thing. I think we got to get back to the roots of the music industry. I also think we need to take back control of what music is for the black community and everything like that, and what it could be, because I think we do all the work, they get all the money, and I don't think that's fair. Especially for the young talent nowadays, I feel like the young talent don't really have as much guidance, or I feel like they do sometimes do have the guidance, but they don't want to listen because it's like if I'm trying to put it in your ear, like, yo, they might try to play you on this, or you make sure you check your contracts, or make sure you getting everything you're supposed to get and everything like that. and just try to give you that little push, that little help and stuff like that, you might be feeling like you done had your turn. You need to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need your help and everything like that. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. I think we all supposed to be in support of each other, and it'd be easier for the kids of today to thrive and really pursue what they want to pursue and make the money they want to make. And I'm always hoping that they pull that off, because that's important. It's important to keep the culture alive. It's important to keep ourselves kind of held accountable for the stuff that we do. Now, with this generation, the way their music is set up, like I said, it's a lot of drugs. I wouldn't even go with drugs and guns. Those are the main topics of most of these kids today. And I mean, if, I can't really get mad at you for talking about the stuff that you lived through. But what I can say is you gotta be forever improving. You know what I'm saying? Like, people love people like DMX because, yeah, he had bars and stuff like that, but he always was saying something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get back to people saying stuff in their music. You know what I'm saying? Not being redundant, especially in hip hop and rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, R&B, they still talk about different things. They still talk about different subjects. Even if you get your famous records, your WAPs and all that stuff, you still get the other stuff like the Kalani folded and stuff like that. Like, you still have the scripted R&B. I think rap needs to kind of get back to that. Like, yeah, okay, we know you're a gangster, you know what I'm saying? Or I think we need to promote a little more of the positive rap or the backpack rap a little more like we was, a few years ago. Because I think that will work out well. You got to have that mixture. You know why the Clips did so well? When they dropped their album and everything like that, because people miss the nostalgia of it. But also, they still do that great stuff. They can talk about the drugs and all that stuff, but they also gonna get into how they evolved, and that's where you gotta take it. That's why I'm hoping these kids take it. Like, take it another step further. Okay, yeah, you got the pill popping music, you got the smoking music, you got the chill vibe music, and you know what I'm saying. I can sit around, just bop to it and stuff like. But evolve in what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you represent so many years of culture. I think we just had the 50-year anniversary of hip hop and stuff like. And you just gotta appreciate where you at and give more. Cause I know we can. We right there. You know what I'm saying? We could change. We could change the landscape. Cause it's an open lane for us. It's an open lane for us, and you got the support nowadays more. I didn't believe more than ever. People will pay $1,000 for a concert now. I won't now, but people will pay $1,000 for a concert, especially if you're a great artist. So I think the youngest just got to keep elevating, keep forever elevating and improving your music and being you. And um, with this AI now, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Hopefully it don't take over, but I think the youngest can definitely improve the music. I say keep hustling. Eventually, it will get back to the bars and everything like that, and that's when I'll come back at y'all with some more music from these youngsters. But until then, this your boy just checking in. This your boy Easy, most known unknown Easy old soul. Salutes, appreciate everybody checking me out.